Hey everyone, my name is Streamman, and in this video I'm going to give you a guide on how to make fireworks in Minecraft, because, they added fireworks just today. The song by Katy Perry, let's put it on! Oh wait, they didn't add it, what am I talking about? So firework making is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. It's kind of like brewing potions, Looks a bit daunting at first, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy and you know how to do it off by heart. And if you think I make ice on these, well, don't be ridiculous. No one makes ice. No, that's just absurd. No, I make my ice over here. Anyway, so there are different stages to making fireworks, just like brewing potions, how there's different stages to that. Some may say there's 2 stages, but I say there's 3 because Photoshop them, and I like to be different. So, let's have a look at stage 1. Now, stage 1 is basically your defining stage. Basically, what you're doing is you're setting what your firework is going to look like and act like. So, to do this, you're going to need a few items, which are conveniently placed in my chest right here. As you can see, I have all the items you'll ever need for this stage. Now, the minimum amount of items that you'll need for this stage is 1 gunpowder and 1 of these dyes. You can add other dyes and these items down here to give your firework more spice and whatnot, but these are the minimum amount of what you need. So to start off this tutorial, I'll just use the minimum amount. I'll just get 1 gunpowder and 1 dye. I'll go with light blue dye, and then all I have to do is come into my crafting table and put them in there, and you see that you'll get 1 firework star. Now basically this firework star is only used in crafting, and it's only used in stage 2 and or 3 of the firework making process. Now, as you can see, if I hover over it, you can see that it says small ball and light blue. That's basically describing what it'll look like and telling you the properties it has. So I'll show you a screening of what it would look like if I was to make it into a firework. Now that's all fine and dandy and all, but the firework looks kind of bland, and now that's basically because the firework star is just the default properties with a blue color to it. So to add and change more properties, all you have to do is add certain items while crafting the star. The first thing you can add is more dyes to the crafting recipe, so the firework and the fire star will have more colors. The second thing you can add to the crafting recipe is shape items. Now the shape items are the items down here, and basically they determine the shape the firework will be. So for example, in our first firework, the shape was just defaulted to the small ball shape. In no particular order, the shape items are the fire charge, which makes the firework have a large explosion, the gold nugget, which makes the firework have a star-shaped explosion, the feather, which makes the firework have a burst explosion, and the head, which makes the firework have a creeper-shaped explosion. I'd also like to point out that you can only add 1 shape item to the crafting recipe of your fire star, so you can only use 1 of these things. So you might want to use a fire charge, but you can't use a feather while using a fire charge. Just wanted to point that out. Now the final items you can add to your crafting recipe are these 2 items over here, and now these items are the effect items. Essentially what these items do is they give your firework a different effect. So the glowstone dust gives your firework a twinkle effect, and the diamond gives your firework a trail effect. I'd also like to point out that you can use both glowstone dust and the diamond in the same crafting recipe. Now to sum up the first stage, I'm just going to put 1 item from each category except for the dyes, which I'm going to put more in to demonstrate what we have just learnt. So just go to my crafting table over here, and I'm just going to put them all in the crafting table just to show that it works. So I put all these in, and as you can see, we've got a firework star, which is a large ball because we have the fire charge here. It's red cyan, which is the dyes here, and it's also got the twinkle effect from the glowstone dust. Now it's time to move on to stage 2 of the firework making process. Now this stage is completely optional, so there should be an annotation in the top right hand corner of the screen saying skip if you want to skip this stage. But basically this stage is basically asking if you want to add a fading effect to your fireworks star. So I'll put up an example of a fading effect on the screen right now. So basically the fading effect is the fading of a firework from one color to another color. So to do this, all you have to do is get your pre-made firework star, because you need a pre-made firework star to do this, which is what we did in stage 1. So for example, I've got this one here. It's a lime magenta firework star, and all you have to do is just grab one or more dies. I'll grab one for this one, and I'm going to put it in a crafting table. And now, as you can see, it says it's going to fade from lime magenta to orange. Now you can also add multiple dies to this, so if I just get light blue and lime and get one of these here and put it in my crafting table, you can see that it's going to fade to light blue and lime. Now, one thing I want to point out is that, hang on, I'll just get a die. If you get a die, and if your firework star has already got a fading effect on it, and you want to put another die on it, it's going to reset the fading effect. So you see that it's going to fade from light blue, it's going to fade from cyan to light blue and lime, but it's going to reset because we've got the rose red dye here. It's going to reset and just fade to red. So just be wary of that. So the final stage, or stage 3, is basically the rocket making stage. So in this one, all you're doing is you're getting your fireworks stars, and you're basically making it so you can actually shoot them. So to do this, what you need is you need your fireworks star, or multiple fireworks stars. I'll get into that a little bit later. And you also need some gunpowder, and you also need some paper. So I'll just grab the gunpowder and the paper and go into my crafting table. Now what you want to do is you want to get your fireworks star, put it in your crafting table, put one gunpowder in there, and you can also put your paper in there, and that makes the firework rocket. So as you can see, it says flight duration 1. So you can actually change how long it stays in the air before it explodes. So to do this, all you have to do is add more gunpowder to the crafting recipe. So I've got 2 gunpowder in here, and it's changed the flight duration to 2. And it goes all the way up to 3. So if I put 3 gunpowder in here, we can see that the flight duration has gone up to 3, and that's the highest it can go. Now, there's another thing you can do. You can also put your fireworks star in there, put some gunpowder in there, put some paper in there, and you can also put more than just one fireworks star in there. So you can have multiple fireworks stars, and it makes the rocket have more firework explosions in it. So I'll just take that, and basically you're done crafting your fireworks. So you can now right click on the ground, shoot them up, or you could put them in a dispenser or whatnot, and have your fireworks go exploding. Now there's one thing I forgot to address in this video, and that is the fact that you can actually make a rocket without any fireworks star in it at all. I have no idea why you would want to do this, but apparently you can. So all you have to do is just put paper and gunpowder in a crafting table, and you get a firework rocket, and be disappointed you wasted all your material for a rocket just to launch up in the air and do absolutely nothing. Now normally this would be where I'd end off a video if I was saying, but I don't know how to do outros, so